Yo, what's up everybody? How is it going? So, it's the 15th of October. Gonna be a few of you who know what this is about, but hey, anyway. So, today is my father's birthday. It's been a year already. A lot has happened actually. Now, my father, he can't be here, I guess. Kind of. He died in a fire 7 years ago, and you know, he was the kind of person I would have liked to be part of my YouTube thing. He would have really enjoyed that, really enjoyed it, and he would have like actively tried to participate. So once a year, I do this video. Now I got to take care that I don't use the names because we are on a graveyard, and I think that would just be not too cool. But this is the grave. I know it doesn't look great, especially compared to the others, but we just put new stuff here, so it's gonna look better in a while. It really will. Like, the plants are gonna grow out. I still like the tree though. So yeah. He died while he was living separated from us, and there was a fire in a house. No, not his house, just in a house. So he called the fire department, was like, people, there's a fire, come help. And after he did that, he tried to help, and one person died that day. I guess you can guess which one it was. You know, it was a really dumb thing to do, like really fucking stupid, but yeah, I guess what's done is done, right? So I always tell a story. No, I haven't told one of my favorites yet, one that I really enjoy, because it doesn't really work that well in English, but I'm gonna try, okay? I'm gonna try. So, in German, we don't just have you, right? We've got two different versions of you. We've got du and sie. Du is just you, right? It's just the same thing. Sie is a much more respectful version of it. You call your teachers that, you call generally older people that, and once you reach a certain age, you call pretty much everybody that, right? That's just the formal version. That's how you greet somebody. We should leave. Starting to become kind of uncomfortable here. Anyway, but you call everybody that, right? Once you reach a certain age. Though there are some people that stick to do, but anyway. So, just to like iterate on that a little further. If you are a child and you are friends with somebody and you meet the parents of that friend, you call them sie, right? Like, that's what you do. And if the parents are like, "No, man, it's cool," then you move to the more casual form of it, right? Now, this is actually something that happened when a friend of mine came over for, well, it wasn't really one of the first times, but my father spent a lot of time working, so he hadn't really met him. And we were sitting at the table eating, because, you know, it was getting kind of late, and my friend was staying a little longer than usually the case, and you know, it's all cool, right? And so we were eating, and my friend tried to, like, we had a bit of a conversation going on. Then he talked to my father, and he addressed him using the more formal form, right? And my father's response to that was ich bin nicht du. Nein, no, that's not wrong. That's wrong. It was ich bin nicht sie, ich bin du, which basically means like, I am not formal you, I'm just you. it doesn't really work that well. I'm sorry, but that was actually that line, right? Just that line was a part of our vocabulary, right? Of like the lines that we used to speak to our people, like from me and my friends for so long, and because it's just so great. Like it's such a great line. It's amazing. Like you don't. No man, it doesn't really work that well. I'm sorry. I should have picked a different. I just really like this one. Right? It's so simple, but it's great. It's so awesome. I still use that line. Like it's such a good line. It's so good. Oh man. Oh man. So actually, let's just well, okay. Let's just do something other than that, right? Where could we go? Where could we go? I don't know if I told this one before. I'm just gonna tell it anyway. I hope that's fine, right? So, my father and I used to play a lot of pool, and I would never win against him because he was actually really good. And you need to keep in mind, he died 7 years ago, so I was 13 back then. So, and we haven't really been playing pool. So I was like 10 or younger when we did that. And he obviously always won against me. Like I never stood a chance. But that's not just because he was like much older than I am, much more experienced. But he was just a genuinely great player. He was just good, right? He was just freaking good. And one day we were playing there. There were like these two dudes, which were, well, you know, a little younger than him. He was about 30. And no, actually, he wasn't 30. He was. Oh, was he? Yeah, no, about 30. Actually, yeah, that fits. But those dudes were like 25, 24, about that, right? And they were kind of mocking him because he was playing against me, and he wasn't playing great, but it was obvious he was holding back, right? At least to me it was. And the dudes were kind of mocking him, and he was like, "You serious?" And yeah, and they just kind of kept going, like, okay, let's do this, let's play a bit. And they were like, "We're not gonna play with you. You're shit." Like, "No, I'm not." "Okay, you know what? I'm gonna bet you 100 euros, right? Let's do this." And I was just like, "You serious? We're gonna trash you." "No, you won't." "Okay, let's do it." Now the thing is, right? We weren't really. Oh, by the way, there's somebody back there, so we probably should return it. We could go down there. Let's do that. Anyway, but he was, but I knew because we weren't quite, you know, we weren't wealthy. Like we didn't have a lot of money, and I knew, even though I was young, I was well aware of the fact that no, he did not have that money. He just didn't. Like he might have had it, right? But he didn't have 100 euros just to throw out of the window. He just didn't. And he just went in there, right? And he even acted like a little not quite there, a little drunk. And he just trashed. He just mopped the floor with them. Oh, this was so great. That was so funny. And all throughout, you know, like he just kind of started turning it around. But he wasn't really like openly making fun of them. But he was like kind of poking at them. He was like, "Huh, a lucky shot, I guess." "How did I hit that one? Wow, cannot believe it." Oh man, that was great. He wasn't a particularly great father. He wasn't. As I mentioned, like he was living separated from us. There were quite a few reasons, you know. And you know, in the end, like because he died, like his death was the only reason why we got to keep the house that we're currently living in. We would have had to sell it otherwise, but you know, the thing is about, you know, the thing about these connections is that even though you can say, well, you weren't really that great, you didn't do a good job, And now you're not even here anymore, right? Now you're not even doing shit. Now you're still my father, you know? And that's not something you lose. It's just something that stays. That sounds so cliche, but it is true. It's just not the connection that you lose. Even if you don't like the person, right? But you don't lose that connection. And anyway, we should probably round this up. I don't want this to be too long. Because I don't know. I just don't. So yeah. Yeah, happy birthday. It's pretty out here.